Hey Libra, Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you this last minute impromptu Libran reading around this full moon and lunar eclipse. This doesn't happen often, Libra, but I was guided to pull some cards here for you because I get this really powerful energy around major transformation and major change. This is the only full moon in Libra in 2024, and a lot of you are closing up some major cycles in your life, and I get this excited energy, and that's why I wanted to pull some cards here on what's going on for you, because the tides are shifting here. There's a major turn, so it wouldn't surprise me to see the Wheel of Fortune coming in for you. A lot of you are manifesting some wishes, some dreams that you've had for quite some time. And we also see here the Orphan card. So because this is showing up in your past position, bottom of the deck, look at that. There's the Treasure Island. There's the wish fulfillment. That's what you may not see coming. And I feel like that's the purpose of this reading. So in the past position, you do have the Orphan card. A lot of you were rejected. You were denied an opportunity. You felt like you missed out on an opportunity. You may have gone through a period of being single or feeling like you were all alone. And this could have been ongoing. For a lot of you, this started even at a very young age, maybe in childhood. Some of you are an only child, or you've been in some sort of singular energy for quite some time. There could have been deep loss, deep death, or it's almost like a reconstruction taking place here. Yeah, reconstruction, because you also have building blocks. But everything that you've gone through, Libra, has got you to the point that you're at now. And where are you at now is this co-creation. This is about you co-creating your reality, co-creating with spirit. It's card 40. 40 could be a significant number for you. Some of you may be 40 years old. You could be born on the 4th, life path 4, or personal year 4. But 4s are about structure, they're about planning, they're about foundation and stability. I also am getting here, you're taking action. The 4 is the Emperor energy as well. So Emperor is Aries. We are in Aries season. So you may start seeing these synchronicities taking place for you through numbers, through signs, through animals. You may notice that you're receiving messages of intuition, premonitions. The veil, it almost feels like it's thinning, but for you, your spiritual gifts are rising. Like the energy is rising here. So you have this deeper sense of awareness that maybe you didn't have prior. And so your soul is going through an ascension process at this time. So I feel like a lot of you, I'm almost getting, for some of you, it may require you going out on a limb or requiring you to go out on a rope here, because you can see that this owl, he's sitting on the rope, right? And it's easier for the owl to sit on the rope because he has wings, but there's a sense of clarity. So it's almost as if once you have this sense of clarity, regardless of how your energy is showing up, I feel like you've already done some major work around independence or around healing even. And then at the very bottom, we have the egg, and you can see that there is a new beginning, but it does require you to go out on a limb, be vulnerable, and gain clarity around a situation. Because showing up here in the near future, you have message in a bottle. This could be in the form of text, a call. This could be an email. Some of you, you're going to receive a message through your mailbox, right? I feel like there's going to be, could be a call because we see a telephone here, but I feel like this is going to change everything. I mean, it is card 15, which can be that devil, but it's almost as if this call, this message, this news, or it could even be a download, a synchronistic moment or event that takes place here, some sort of message that comes in from spirit or from someone in the material world that opens you up to a brand new life, a brand new path, a brand new direction. Okay, because that devil energy, a lot of you went through something quite toxic, or it was lessons around codependency, materialism, addictions, manipulation. For some of you, there was deep-seated obsessions and fears around this orphaned. Okay, some of you may have felt orphaned due to being singled out in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you grew up in a family where some of those building blocks were not put in the right spot, or it didn't feel that way, right? It's almost like that game of Jenga. You're trying to, get to the top, but you're pulling out pieces along the way, and at any time it could crumble. And I feel what is going on here is you're building something more stable, more concrete. Instead of constantly pulling these bits and pieces out, it's like you're creating a sense of stability that even if those pieces get pulled out in some way, shape, or form, there's additional support. There's an additional backing that allows it to stay in place. So I almost get this energy of you creating long-term growth, long-term love, maybe even going the distance on a situation here, this call, this incoming news. It could be here for the long run is kind of what I get here. It's going to lead to the Treasure Island. Treasure Island is like the sun. It's one of the happiest cards in this deck. And we'll clarify what all this is as well. But I feel in order to get to this Treasure Island, full moons are about endings. They're about completions. Right below the Treasure Island, you have here time to go, chop wood, and breathe. So it does require you walking away from a person, place, or thing, a pattern, a dynamic, a ritual, something that no longer serves you. So it may require you putting in the work, right? Chopping wood, doing the last final pieces of cleaning something up here. And then finally, you're able to kind of breathe, right? You're finally able to release some of that stress, that tension, that anxiety. So, for example, time to go. Imagine a whole house full of relatives and a whole house full of people, and it's been chaotic, and it's been, you've had the good, you've had the bad, you've had some of the arguments, but some of the laughs and the tears. Imagine that kind of representing your life in a way, a whole house full of people. And then when everybody leaves, or when people start to clear out, you realize, wow, you're left with one big mess. You have a lot of cleaning to do, but over the course of the people kind of staying there for quite some time, you've been picking up, or they've been helping as well, little bits and pieces. But you realize that when everybody's gone out of the house, there's still some loose ends to tie up. There's still some deep-seated cleaning that needs to be done, right? Maybe you need to scrub some floors. I just feel like you're putting some final touches on something that has been a long time coming, and it's going to allow you to finally sit back and rest. You're coming to this period of a lot more rest, but I'm getting excitement, gratitude. This could be travel for some of you. You're going to hear some good news. So I really like this Treasure Island, but let's clarify. Let's pull some cards here. Spirit, tell me about the past energy for Libra with the orphans and the building blocks. Yeah, some of you started to build a life, build a career, build a relationship, build a family, build a home, build positive health, whatever this was for you. Building blocks can be anything. It didn't turn out the way that you thought. You were left on your own, or you were abandoned because of, some sort of situation like that Jenga game where it got pulled out and it came crumbling. Something came crumbling. But let's clarify, Spirit, why the orphan? Yeah, there it is, 8 of Cups. That's the walking away. And I was going to say that time to go card reminds me of the 8 of Cups. In order to head towards your 9 of Cups, the Treasure Island here, you must separate your energy. And some of you felt separated from something that you invested your heart into, right? This is Cups energy. So you questioned, right? Should I stay? Should I go? I put so much of my heart and soul into it. I've created some building blocks, maybe even created a family. Maybe I have children, or maybe I've created a name, or whatever it may be for you. But somewhere along the way, the energy was separated because you learned some valuable soul lessons. And I feel like you learned all that you could in this situation, but Libra, it still hurt like hell, right? You still had to go through this period of isolation. Fives are change. Fives are conflict. They're obstacles. They are uncertainty. And a lot of you went through a big period of either 5 months, 5 years. 5 could be significant here, where you went through this change of wondering, how do I rebuild in lieu of a separation here? Okay, let's get one more clarifier and then move on to the juicy good stuff of what's coming in. Here you are showing up. 12 is the Knight of Swords. So sword energy is you, Libra. This is determination, right? This is about you going the distance. You now have your eye on the prize. You've come to a point where you are, that cheetah up top there. And this cheetah has their eye here on the prize, and there's something around you being clear with that owl and maybe going out on a limb, trying a new path, trying a new direction, doing something that you've never done before. But there's also something about your belief in it, right? Belief in yourself with this Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is someone who rushes towards what he believes is important to him. So what you believe to be important is your stability, maybe your family, your heart, your desires, your passion, your spirituality, your health. Whatever this is here, you're rushing towards it because you're in need of a hero, and that's who you become. Because you realize that sitting here in this orphan energy, no one's coming to save you, Libra, but yourself. And that may have been a big part of self-love that you had to work through, some of the lessons of the past, right? But in spite of you finding yourself, and in spite of you saying, I know that I have to come out of this situation, I feel like when you rise your vibration, then the people come in, right? So it's almost as if, yes, there could have been helpful people in the past, but I feel like the majority of you had to go through something that was quite singular. It's like something around you realizing how strong you are. It doesn't mean that you were actually abandoned, because you probably had way more help than you thought, but I feel like your soul chose not to take that help in a way, until you got to a certain lesson, until you learned what you needed to learn. And then you kind of opened up and spread your wings and said, I am ready to take that leap. And I feel like that's where you're at. You're ready to take that leap. Okay, we're going to look at that. There's that Emperor. That card just got knocked off the top here. So I figured we'd look at it, and there's that Emperor. And we just clarified the 4, and we have the 4. This is about you stepping into your power. If you wouldn't have gone through the situation that you've gone through here in the past, you wouldn't be in this position to make some powerful changes in your life, and you wouldn't know how truly powerful you are, Libra. Let's clarify the Emperor showing up. Aries season. This is big. Full moon and lunar eclipse here in Aries. Yeah, you're healing and recovering from some major disappointment, right? 3 of Swords showing up here. But because you've gone through that here, you've learned what you needed to learn, and now there could be a new energy coming in for you. Okay, new energy, new healing. Some of you are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Some of you are seeing 11, 11 as well. There could be a new twin flame, new soulmate energy. This can also be a new job, new collaboration. You're going the distance and you're not giving up. You're not abandoning yourself anymore. Whew. Libra, that's a big part of this full moon. You are not abandoning yourself anymore or any longer. And some of you, there was a separation, like maybe you had abandoned yourself through trying to build something here that was not buildable, right? When something's getting pulled out, like that Jenga, I keep going back to that. It's like, how can you continue building when it's constantly getting pulled out? And you're finding now that those pieces that got pulled out, that's what you're working on, right? Why did they get pulled out? And that's what you've been healing from, is understanding why something wasn't as stable or why something needed to happen in order for you to create more stability. And that's what the 3 of Swords is all about here. It is healing. It's forgiving. It is dealing with maybe third-party separation, some painful truths showing up. And maybe this rejection was your best protection. Even though it hurt like hell going through it, you're being guided here to something magnificent is the word that I'm getting. And I don't use that word often, but it pretty much is magnificent. So let's clarify, what's this message? What's this news? What's this incoming energy all about here for Libra? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, you see how this card wanted to kind of keep flying out of my hands there? It's almost as if this Five of Wands is saying we're coming together. There's an energy of coming together. Now be mindful, because there could be an energy of the past, okay, that could be testing you. It could be the test of the universe, right? It could be a belief. It could be a person. It could be a job. I feel like there is a test to say, Libra, have you closed this chapter? Okay, that could be part of it with the Five of Wands. And I feel like a lot of you have. Look at that. Those two kites there are facing each other, and they don't look very happy. But the Five of Wands is about letting go of the need to be defensive or criticizing or, rivalry, even more than one person, right? We all have different opinions. We all have our own journeys that we're going on, but we don't have to see eye to eye. We can agree to disagree. And I just feel like this also does portray, Devil Energy card 15. It could be something that does come back up and test you. Have you fully freed yourself from it? Let's take a look, because I'm getting two messages here, possibly an energy or test from the past. But when it comes to something good, there's the good. There's the waking up here. This is the Hanged Man. There's going to be a message that comes in for you, Libra, that gets you unstuck, right? This is an energy where you've gone through that spiritual awakening. You felt like you were stuck in limbo for a while, but the Hanged Man is never truly stuck. It is about surrender. It's about releasing the sense of having to control everything, right? It can feel at times like a sacrifice, but it's about gaining a new perspective. That's why the Hanged Man shows up. How can you look at things from a different viewpoint, from a higher viewpoint? Okay, how can you see things that maybe you weren't able to see before? And that's what you guys are going to be seeing at this time. This is going to shake you up out of stagnancy, this full moon, this lunar eclipse, and also all of Aries season, since Aries is very prominent here as well. And it's leading you directly towards this treasure island, because in a way, I feel like you're passing this test, okay? You're passing a test where there is something of the past, even though it's been very, very, very difficult for you to break free from, for you to learn the lesson, for you to fully trust yourself, for you to heal from, whatever it may be. You've learned all that you've needed, and I feel like you're going to finally get to this point where there's a lot of blessings, a lot of treasure coming in. Spirit, let's clarify. What's this treasure island all about here for Libra? Let's get a sneak peek into the treasure island, please, for Libra. Okay, that was interesting. Oh, wow. You're going to pass the test. What did I say? You have the World card. There's the Wisdom. There's completion. This is a happy ending, Libra. This is about a victory. This is a cycle ending, celebrating. You've completed something, and now the world is your oyster. This can be world travel. It's a sense of fulfillment. It is a sense of success and feeling whole again. Yeah, because remember what I said, some of you had abandoned yourself in the process of maybe people pleasing or trying to heal others, or, survival even. We get into that survival, that fight or flight, and we lose sight of our dreams because we're doing what we can do to survive here on earth. All right. Oh, there's a card that came out. Spirit said, don't forget that one. All right. Final clarifiers here. Look at this. You have the Death card, you have the Seven of Wands, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Death card here is about death and rebirth, transitioning, major endings taking place here for you. So it is represented as the infinity symbol. You can see here the 8. We are in an 8 year, and energy cannot be destroyed. Right? It cannot. It's impossible. Energy is transmuted into a different form, right? Or into something new, something different. but it can't be destroyed. And I feel like you've come full circle in a way. You've learned, you've grown, you went through some situations where you didn't know, right? You're in the baby stages of something. And I feel like you've learned all that you could, kind of like literally death and birth, right? We come into this lifetime, we're born and we die. I mean, that's inevitable. That's part of it, right? We can't avoid that. But you've learned some very valuable lessons here. And there is something that you had to start from scratch. You had to start at the very baby beginning stages, but you've come to a point where you've learned all that you could. And I feel like you're taking those lessons, you're gaining the wisdom from it with that world card. And you're learning to adapt to a new way of being, right? You're letting your guard down a bit with the Seven of Wands. This is a card of standing up for your beliefs. It is about bravery. It's about protecting your integrity and going the distance, non-conforming. If something is not aligning with your energy, you don't have to conform with it, Libra. You're saying, I don't believe in that. That's not my belief. I don't have to conform to your belief. And maybe that's part of that Five of Wands energy as well, of other people. Maybe you've kind of got lost at times in the trap of having to do something a certain way because that's what someone says, or societal standards or norms, or maybe that's how you thought relationships should be. Or maybe you've had to adapt to a comfort zone, and we don't always grow in our comfort zone. But I feel like there's a strength within you, a warrior within you, where you are going through, right, this final stage of a situation, and you are getting to that Pentacle realm here with the Knight of Pentacles that says it's time to explore. And it's interesting because her glasses resemble some mountains. So I feel like you've had to climb some mountains. That's kind of what she sees is, yes, there's going to be some challenges to face, but I've already faced the worst of things. There's nothing I cannot get through because I've learned resilience. I've learned adaptability. And most importantly, I've learned to stay in my integrity and to stay humble towards my own beliefs. And I feel like you're very clear now on what that is, but you had to go through, again, a situation that was disheartening for a lot of you, very difficult. And the Treasure Island, when you open up to this exploration, some of you could literally be traveling or you are moving, okay? The Pentacle realm, it can be slow. It could have been a slow ongoing process. This can be manifesting a new opportunity of finances, of career. It's something tangible. And I feel like slow and steady wins the race. If this is love for some of you, this Knight of Pentacles is someone coming into your life who's trustworthy, right? They are honest. They're dependable. They're reliable. They're not going to pull out that Jenga piece at any given moment, threatening your stability. If this is a job, you are coming into union by going through some of the hard stuff, right? But saying, I know my worth. And you're going to attract a job, a partnership, or new clients where you don't feel like that rug is going to get pulled out from underneath you, because I see that there was some sort of inconsistency here in the past. All right, let's look at final messages here. What final messages do we have for Libra? This is a really powerful moon for you, Libra. This is a good one. You're going to have some options here. I love it. You're going to have some choices, some options of the heart. That may be part of that test, right, that we talked about. There could be past energy coming in. It's up to you what you decide. There's no right or wrong. This is about you trusting your own intuition and your own soul's path and you taking that voyage. Knight of Cups. So certainly could be in matters of the heart for you, Libra. I mean, you are ruled by Venus. You are very Venusian as well. And so this is about you taking on a new journey. And I feel like that's what's taking place here. Some of you, you're taking a look at maybe some new choices or new options or new avenues of the heart in business and life and career and relationships. And you're saying, I want to go on a voyage. I'm ready. I'm ready to go out in search of my treasure chest, right? In order to do that, you got to get in that boat here. And I feel like you are opening up to a new voyage. And this one is going to bring So much love, so much loyalty, so much happiness. You've been on a long journey. I see that here, Libra, and you're going to reap the rewards of your hard work. But I also see you're going to reap the rewards of learning a major soul lesson that your soul came here to learn. That is what I have for you. Impromptu Libra reading. Hopefully the other signs don't get mad, but if you're here watching and you're not a Libra sun, check out, I mean, it could still resonate with you. It is a full moon in Libra, but thank you so much. If you like the messages, if they resonate, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning in today. Lots of love.